Hello, everyone. I just want to make a video for us this afternoon. I'm going to be read one verse, Psalms 27:1 in the King James Version of the Bible, and I think that's all I'm going to read today. It said, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, and whom shall I be afraid?" One of the greatest things is not only finding out what He knows, but how He thinks. Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. I thought about Brother Elijah Holland, an old brother who died in '96, and me and Brother Jack Kelly used to go over there. I've told you about him before. And I never asked him a question. I just listened to him. And I wasn't interested in taking, writing down everything he said, memorizing his answers. I was trying to figure out how he arrived at his answers, how he came to his conclusions. And when the Bible speaks about the hand of God, the finger of God, he does not mean that literal. Neither does he mean that when he's talking about his feathers covering us. Don't mean he's a bird. So you can't take the Bible so literal. You have to get God to help you know what it means. I am what I am. I am what I am. God said, I am what I am. He can be whatever he wants to be. And it means that we can't limit God. He can be whatever. There's only a few people in every generation that reach the status of chosen. It said that many are called and few chosen. Chosen means to be picked out from among many. Many people. God picks people that most people would look over. He doesn't pick like a man pick. For instance, David, who was last on his father's list. And Samuel came down there and anointed, and he just couldn't get it done. He asked if there's anybody else, and he said, "I have one more," and he said, "Go get him." And David was just an errand boy. He was just a go fetch it boy. He was a shepherd, a little shepherd boy. Everyone overlooked him. And there's people that man will overlook, but God sees the potential. When God promotes you, you don't have to try to promote yourself. You don't have to make a name for yourself. You don't have to pass out cards, drop your name, move in a certain direction. When God chooses you, you can be on the backside of a desert like Moses would, living a life of mediocrity. And God will snatch you out and put you in a place for his purpose. He can bring you from the background to the foreground. He can do like in Isaiah 58, it says, "Your light shall shine in obscurity." If God has chosen you, then you're not intimidated by anybody, not jealous of anyone, not fighting for your position or your turf, because God has allocated that to you. Because if God has chosen you, nobody can duplicate you, nobody can replace you. You have a place all by yourself. Just like I've explained before, I've married people, I performed the ceremony, and they had a reception afterwards. I didn't have to go running in there worrying that I was going to get a place to sit at the table. They had one reserved for me. So God has got one reserved for you. He's chosen you out of the furnace of affliction. You need to understand it was actually the things that were against you that has worked for you. The book of Exodus said that the more they afflicted them, the more they grew. That's the kind of person you need to be. The more they talk about you, the more they afflict you, the more they're against you. You never fully realize you are chosen of God until you understand that you're rejected by men. The Lord is my light means that all I need to go into the dark places, the Lord is my light, means that's all I need to go into the dark places and get what I need. 1 Corinthians 2:9-10 says, "But as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him, but God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of God." reveal. You know, if you cut the lights off in here, or where you at, if there's several people around, and everybody was quiet, it would appear that there's no one in there. But if we cut the lights on, it don't make people come. It just shines a light on what was already there. It reveals. Wisdom is revelation. Knowledge is information. We need revelation. That light of the Word, that light of God to reveal what the Scriptures are saying. The things that God is doing and hath done are there already. You just need for Him to shine His light so that you can see them. They're there all the time. When God shines His light on something, it becomes powerful. It could be the jawbone of a donkey, 2 fishes and 5 loaves, a handful of meal, a cruse of oil. God said, let there be light on the first day. God created the lesser lights to rule the night and the greater lights to rule the day on the 4th day. You know, it's as if God was saying, I left the light on for you. You know, when your parents knew you were scared, they'd leave a light on for you. He's left a light on for us. For 3 days, there was just light from the presence of God. There's people that's losing their job, lost their job, but some kind of way they kept on eating and paying the bills. God made a way out of no way. Psalms 119, 130 said, the entrance of thy words giveth light. He giveth understanding to the simple. If you want light, you need to get the Word. Enlightenment comes through the Word. Have you ever talked to someone about the service you were just in and make you wonder if you were really in the same service? It was good to you and not so good to them. They got a lot from the service, but they didn't get the fullness of the light. You need opposition. You need doors slammed in your face. Because if other people help you get there, they'll say that they made you who you are. When one door closes, one door's slammed in your face, another one opens. That one won't open unless the other one had closed. He is my light, showing me the way to go, who to trust, when to hold my peace, when to move on, when to stand up, when to sit down. That's how the enemy knows who you are. There's illumination about you, upon you. There's something different about you that when you walk in a room, people can tell that you have been with the Lord. You don't need a sign or an introduction. When the light is on you, you become bold. There is no fear. When the light is there, you walk without intimidation. You can see circumspectly. You can move effectively. You get things done in the light. You can see things that you've never seen before. So you can do things that you have never done before. So you can go places you've never gone before, so that you can receive things you've never received before. I like the saying that says, if you keep thinking what you've been thinking, you'll keep doing what you've been doing. And if you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll keep getting what you've always been getting. It starts with thinking and then down to getting. Disappointments is just God setting the stage for your next miracle. People with flashlights is like, people with light are like flashlights walking. He said it was a lamp unto my feet, a guide to my pathway. The tabernacle where God and humanity meet. In the outer court there's daylight. In the inner court there's candlelight. In the holiest of holies there's divine light. The closer you get to God, the more divine the light becomes. In the outer court you receive the same light that the world receives. But in the inner court you start getting the light illuminated through the Word of God. And that's what we need. In one place you have to dress the lamb, cut the wick, light the lantern. But if you keep going, you don't have to do nothing because the light and the glory is already there. Stages of light will change the kind of company you keep. Distractions, when you walk with God, there's always something to distract you. You know, some of you people that's smiling in your face, hugging your neck or whatever, that doesn't mean that they're a friend. The farther you go, you'll run into old Judas sitting at the table, same table with you, claiming the same thing. My enemies stumble and my foes fail, David said in Psalm 27. You don't have to do anything. God will cause them to fall. David said, I know that God is with me because he has allowed my enemies. He has not allowed my enemies to triumph over me. It wasn't because I have shouted. It was because God. Favor, if I work for money, that's wages. But if you give me something for which I didn't work for, that is favor. Like Ruth. She started working in the fields, and they left her handfuls of purpose, and then she wound up on in the field. God allows a test to increase as your faith increases. God is the author and the finisher of our faith. He's already given you the vision God has, and the provision is coming. The thing you have been worried about is just distraction. The victory is not solving the problem as much as it is just ignoring the distraction. He said, seek you first. That's the key. In the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion, the word says. I want to work towards that light. I want to let the Word of God illuminate to me the path that I need to go. Like over in Moses' day, they had a fire by night and a cloud by day. I want to be led by God. I've enjoyed getting this to you. I hope it helps you in some way. And until the next time I make another video, hopefully I could ever see you in church. May God bless you.